You are listening to Bedtime Dreamy Tales. Please make sure you have subscribed to our channel for new story. Story title, The Little Peasant. In a village brimming with prosperity, there stood a single humble abode starkly different from the rest. Within it lived a man known to the villagers simply as the Little Farmer, a title he bore not out of stature but due to his modest means. Unlike his neighbors, he owned not a single cow, a source of wealth and pride in the village. Yet, he harbored dreams larger than his reality, dreams of prosperity shared by his faithful wife. One day, inspired by a spark of creativity, the Little Farmer proposed an unconventional idea. He had heard rumors of a loquacious carpenter who claimed he could craft a wooden calf so lifelike it might just turn real. Seizing this sliver of hope, the couple commissioned the carpenter, who set to work with zeal. Through the whir of saws and the dance of chisels, a wooden calf emerged, poised as if grazing peacefully. With the break of dawn, as the village herdsmen prepared to lead their cattle to pasture, the Little Farmer unveiled his creation. The herdsmen, taken aback yet intrigued, agreed to place the wooden calf among the grazing cows, humor indulging the Little Farmer's peculiar request. Evening fell, and as the herd returned, the wooden calf remained motionless in the field. The perplexed herdsman reported his steadfastness to the Little Farmer, who, fueled by a mixture of hope and desperation, set out to retrieve his calf. Yet, upon their arrival, they found nothing but empty pasture. The wooden calf had vanished, leaving behind a mystery and a disheartened Little Farmer. Undeterred by the loss, the Little Farmer's journey took a fortuitous turn when he stumbled upon a wounded crow during his ventures. Wrapping it carefully in the hide he intended to sell, a sudden downpour forced him to seek shelter in a nearby mill. The miller's wife, alone and hospitable, offered him refuge and a modest meal. Yet, as the storm raged on, an unexpected guest arrived, the parish priest, welcomed warmly for a feast hidden from the unsuspecting Little Farmer. Eavesdropping, the Little Farmer learned of the sumptuous meal just beyond his reach. However, the evening took an unexpected turn when the miller returned home unexpectedly. In a flurry of panic, the miller's wife concealed the feast, including the priest, in a cupboard, pretending nothing but bread and cheese remained. The Little Farmer, seizing the moment, spun a tale of a prophetic crow wrapped in the hide, revealing the hidden feast piece by piece. Amazed and entertained, the miller demanded more, leading to the crow's final prophecy revealing the priest's hiding place. For his silence and the night's entertainment, the Little Farmer received 300 gold coins, transforming his fortunes overnight. With newfound wealth, the Little Farmer elevated his standing, constructing a lavish home that became the envy of the village. Curiosity and jealousy brewed among the villagers, leading to a collective decision to uncover the source of the Little Farmer's wealth. When revealed, the ludicrous tale of selling a cowhide for 300 gold coins sent the villagers into a frenzy, each seeking to replicate his fortune. Yet, the market soon flooded, the value plummeted, and the village found itself in turmoil. In a twist of fate, the villagers' frustration turned towards the Little Farmer, accusing him of deception and seeking his punishment. Condemned unjustly, he found himself facing a grim fate, confined within a barrel to be drowned. Yet, destiny had one more twist: a chance encounter with the priest from the mill and a passing shepherd with ambitions of leadership. In a moment of ingenious persuasion, the Little Farmer convinced the shepherd to take his place in the barrel, promising the title of mayor in return. The switch went unnoticed, and as the barrel was set adrift, the shepherd's aspiration sealed his fate, while the Little Farmer quietly returned to the village. As the Little Farmer re-entered the village, whispers of his miraculous escape from the river's depths spread like wildfire. Embellishing his tale, he spoke of a lush underwater meadow filled with sheep, enticing the greed-driven villagers to seek their fortunes below. One by one, they leapt into the river, chasing illusions of wealth, leaving the Little Farmer the sole inheritor of the village and his lands. In time, the Little Farmer's tale became legend, a story of cunning and resilience that crossed generations. He lived out his days in prosperity, a testament to the power of wit over wealth. The village prospered under his stewardship, forever remembered as the place where a Little Farmer outwitted fate and found fortune not through gold or cattle, but through the richness of his mind. As the years passed, the Little Farmer's story became a beacon of hope and inspiration for those facing adversity. He often reminded his fellow villagers and their offspring that wealth not only lies in what one has, but also in the ingenuity and spirit one possesses. The village, once known for its prosperity, became famous for being the home of the wisest farmer in the land. The little farmer used his wealth to transform the village into a haven of learning and innovation. He established a school where children and adults alike could learn not just about agriculture, but also about arts, crafts, and the power of critical thinking. His belief was that true wealth comes from knowledge and the ability to adapt and innovate. In his later years, the little farmer often sat under the great oak at the village center, sharing stories and lessons with anyone who would listen. His favorite tale was always that of the wooden calf, a story that symbolized hope, creativity, and the belief that anything is possible with determination and a clever mind. His legacy lived on, not just in the prosperity of the village, but in the hearts and minds of its inhabitants. They learned to look beyond the obvious, to seek solutions in the most unlikely places, and to never underestimate the value of a clever idea. The little farmer's story taught them that even in the face of ridicule or disbelief, one's wits could pave the way to a better life. As for the little farmer himself, he became a legend, a symbol of wisdom and resourcefulness. His final days were filled with the satisfaction of having changed his fate and that of his village through the sheer force of his character and intellect. The wooden calf, once a symbol of his desperation, became a testament to the power of hope and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The village, thriving and vibrant, stood as a living tribute to the little farmer's memory. Generations passed, but his stories, each retelling a reminder of the limitless possibilities that await those who dare to dream, and the enduring truth that sometimes greatest wealth lies not in what we hold in our hands, but in what we carry in our hearts and minds. If you like this story, please give this video a like and comment below with your thoughts. See you in the next story.